He stopped recording.
Why do you keep calling them tits? Why do you keep calling them tits?
Do you not like that I call it the tits?
I thought you just misspoke the first time.
No. Have you never heard me do this before? I swear to you, I've been doing it the whole time we've been playing. I'll call it tips sometimes, but other times I'll be like, alright, it's time to read the tits.
Oh my god.
Tyler loves playing this game with me. He loves my silly antics, like when I made that one character, Mario.
And how you don't voice them anymore?
Yeah, because you got so angry at me making the Mario.
Because it was fucking Mario.
Yeah, it's me, I'm Mario. I'm in Higurashi, no?
There's in that Snoot game, there's a fucking T-Rex who's an Italian pizzeria owner. His name is Uncle Mo.
That's kind of funny.
It's really good. You should.
It's really good. You should play it.
You should play it.
Snoot game.
Snoot
game.
Snoot game.
Look it up.
Don't play Goodbye Volcano High. Play Snoot game.
Snoot game.
If that's even out by now.
I wasn't planning to kill the hag so quickly. I was going to kill her anyway, but it was too soon. People would normally assume that the Sonozaki family operates as a hierarchy, but that's not true. It's actually more like a system of government. Several ministries stem from the main family, and each forms a hierarchy of its own. These ministries don't communicate with one another. The people who belong to a given ministry don't know what the other ministries are doing. That way, the Sonozaki family's dealings are kept perfectly secret. Of course, the most important people in the family govern several ministries. They know, of course, about their own ministries, and they know a little bit about the other ministries their relatives run. But none of them know everything. There are ministries that work in the open, there are ministries that work unseen, and there are some smaller ones that Audio runs herself. Mion seems to know about most of them, but she doesn't necessarily know them all. In fact, she didn't know about the curse. Considering that, the fact that the hag died before I could interrogate her is a huge loss.
Damn.
So, Shion killed the hag and went crazy. Well before.
On Watanagashi night, so...
I'm telling you, I think after Watanagashi, every time we see Mion, it's just Shion.
Yeah.
And, like, the deranged, lunatic, psychopath, maniac at the end of Watanagashi is just
almost
Shion.
Like you've been slandering Mion this entire damn time!
Because Mion deserves it, man.
She does not deserve that slander.
Mion deserves
You know that
every
you are wrong.
ounce.
You are lying through your teeth.
Mion deserves every ounce of slander I've ever given her.
You're wrong.
Shion is objectively
You're lying.
the better twin.
You're lying, liar.
I've been slandering Mion this entire time because she sucks.
Fuck you.
Could you imagine if I actually hated Mion? We make like a Higurashi tier list. I immediately put Mion in Mion tier, which is under F tier.
I'd be so mad. Mion doesn't deserve any of that shit, man.
She deserves all of it, man. I hope Mion explodes. The head of the Kibiyoshi family was the one who called the main house most often after the 5th year's curse. My father called the second most. My parents were still high in the hierarchy, but the stir caused by my mother's disownment still hung over us, so we got treated as outcasts. So the fact that my father received so many calls proved how much the hag valued us despite the distance at which we were kept, demonstrating her own two-faced respect for both sides of the coin. My father seemed to be in charge of the intelligence bureau. He reported police information, gossip, and rumors going around the Yakuza business to the hag. He silences, stirs, and distorts that information at her request. By the way, my servant Kasai is an old friend of my father's. That must be why Kasai knows many things, but I don't know if my father is involved in the curse's execution. My assumption is that, although he gathered information on the police investigation about the case, he wasn't involved in the execution itself. The fact that my father and the hag have this close connection isn't widely known. People know that she uses his information network, but they don't know how far beyond that. In the same way, it's possible that a curse execution team exists under the hag's direct control. People just aren't aware of it.
There are, I can't make that. It's hard to make that joke without having to explain it. There are...
Oh god, can you click on the tips again if we're going to talk real quick before we end this?
Oh yeah.
I don't want to listen to...
You don't want to listen to the Higurashi?
No.
Like the very high-pitched Higurashi?
No.
There are chemical weapons facilities in Ukraine. That's what that sounds like. That's all I'm gonna say.
So, very interesting
Yes.
where it's going.
We have now know what happened to the hag the night of Watanagashi, why no one saw her ever again.
Yeah.
No, wait. Well, anyway. We now know what happened to the hag.
Yeah.
And why nobody ever...
I'm wondering...
So
I know why she kills Sadako. That's easy.
because she's delusional.
Because she fucking hates Sadako.
For no goddamn reason.
Like,
fuck Shion. Actually,
Shion-
fuck Shion for...
Well, no, she has a very perfectly valid reason to hate Sadako, clearly.
Clearly. Obviously.
It's 'cause
Because
Sadako-
Sadako's hogging Satoshi for herself.
Yeah.
So clearly.
I wish a girl would love me like Shion loves Satoshi.
I hate Shion.
I can tell. I actually really like Shion. Shion's a good character.
She gets better, but I fucking hate
I
Shion.
fucking love Shion.
Like...
Uh,
Oh my god. I had to, like, realize, like, well, I guess she is technically redeemed, so I don't have to hate her. But fuck Shion for what she does to Sadako. I hate her so much.
so,
Call me Keiji Maebara, goddammit.
he's a Sadako defender.
I am a Sadako defender!
So she kills Sadako because she hates her.
Mm-hmm.
She kills Rika, but Rika has heroin on her.
True.
She kills Sadako because she hates Sadako.
I'm so glad you haven't seen any of the anime.
She kills Mion.
That's gonna be fun. Actually, that's gonna be fun. That part, the Rika part, is gonna be fun.
Well, here's where it gets weird.
We will see it next time.
Here's where it gets weird. So, Rika is time moving.
Sure.
But does she know this is gonna happen? Well, no, because she foresees all the deaths.
Well, let's...
But then I don't think she foresees
What
her
happens, Keiichi POV? What happens day after Tanagashi?
own. Rika goes to cover. Because Kimiyoshi dies, doesn't he?
Kimiyoshi...
Vanishes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we know why she kills Kimiyoshi. Because she thinks Kimiyoshi is the curse execution head guy.
Yeah, probably. And then, like...
And then
Right.
Rika goes to cover for Kimiyoshi. And then we never see Rika again.
We remember what happened when Keiichi went to school the day after Watanagashi, right?
Mion's there, right?
He meets Mion. He
Tells Mion.
he has to go water the curry plants.
Yeah.
He finds Rika.
Yep.
Tells Rika.
Yep.
Then
Rika tells Mion. No.
From Keiichi POV, Keiichi calls Shion, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or Shion calls Keiichi. Obviously, he doesn't have her number.
Yeah.
So, and that's an interesting thing because we're thinking about whenever Keiichi is talking to Shion, she calls him, so he never knows where she's calling from.
Calling from. Yeah. So then...
I'm trying to make sure I got my... Because
then Rika and Sadako disappear. Kimiyoshi disappears.
Well, it's Kimiyoshi, then Rika and Sadako. So I think there's like the night, He doesn't...
Because here's what I'm thinking about. We know...
Did I drop it? What was that?
I think you might have hit that.
I didn't move my leg.
With your phone.
Maybe? I don't know.
Here's what I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about order of operations here. I'm thinking about who disappears.
Yeah. So it's
Kimiyoshi,
Sadako,
Rika, and then Rina and Keiichi
go
to visit and investigate. And then Mion's like, Keiichi, come with me. Because we're like, no. And then
he gets tied up. and about to get hammered.
And then he gets cock and ball tortured.
But then he doesn't.
Yep.
And then
because Shion is in
He gets tased. The next thing we know,
he gets tased.
Next thing we know,
so that's how you tell the difference between the two.
How?
The little taser. Shion has a taser. Yeah, but the big one is
you can tell in the way they talk.
Well, yeah, but you have to learn how they talk first to tell. Like,
it's more obvious when it's Mion. It's less obvious when it's when it's Mion pretending to be Shion.
Yes.
It's hard to tell when it's Shion pretending to be Mion.
Yes.
Until you can tell.
Yeah. So in the torture room, so then Shion takes over for both of them after Watanagashi. And Mion stays locked up. That's what I'm assuming. Obviously, we haven't played that far, but that's what I'm assuming, is that Mion stays locked up and Shion takes over for both of them. And Mion is just at such a level of, mental breakage. Or, sorry, Shion is at such a level of mental breakage that she is literally, forcing Mion to pretend to be her. Because her whole bit about if Mion is Shion, that's who disappears. She doesn't disappear. You know? As long as she's pretending to be Mion, she won't disappear. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure at some point she, just torture, gaslight, gatekeep girl bosses Mion into pretending to be Shion. Which is why when Keiichi gets there, that's Shion in the cell. Versus Mion.
Okay. Oh, I know what. Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
you get what I'm saying?
I'm just gonna...
That's fine.
I'm just gonna neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah. That's fine. But you get what I'm saying.
You'll have an answer.
Oh, I'm sure.
You'll have an answer.
I'm sure. But you at least get where I'm coming from, right?
I don't even know when they say it, but you'll get an answer.
Yeah, but you get where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I understand what you're trying to figure out, yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like that's backed up even further by the fact that Keiichi gets stun gunned by Mion. Because Shion has the gun.
Because, at the end of the night, it's what the fuck, Shion... He sees a flash of light, and then he's out of it.
And then he's out. See, he gets stun gunned by Shion. Which means... It's interesting because does Mion...
It's interesting how...
It's interesting
how
at the aftermath. Mm-hmm. That's where I get curious.
Yeah,
after
who jumped out the
who jumps out
apartment?
the window and who stabs Keiichi. Mm-hmm. I would like to think that Shion stabs Keiichi and Mion jumps out the apartment.
Yeah. It's interesting on the the demon front you were talking about. Shion got the demon.
Yeah.
Interesting. Is it just because she got unlucky with born second, or she was unlucky but she was she didn't get the headship even though she got the demon. She was born second. Even it's weird.
And you could flunk that to whamma mamma bing bong. Oh yeah, Shiro-sama's curse predicted, blah blah blah, the whatever, right?
Should I? I've said this.
No, I know you have.
You can solve this with humans. I
I know.
Fucking
I know.
supernatural shit. It's literally just
Well, because it's a coincidence, which is fine that it's a coincidence. But I'm saying you could call it
it's a way of interpreting
galactical spiritual coincidence. It's whatever.
The supernatural stuff is just a way of interpreting it, which may or may not be correct. It's just a way of interpretation.
Yeah.
So it's never reason why. It's just an explanation, right?
Yeah. Well, and that's what I was saying. The coincidence of her inheriting the demon is it could be unlucky, it could be whatever.
If there is
or
to inherit.
Yeah, exactly. Or if you you could call it a coincidence, you could call it being unlucky, blah blah blah. If you want to continue,
schizophrenic demon that you inherit because your fucking family's schizophrenic for some goddamn reason.
And that's why I was jokingly or it could be oh, the curse, Oyashiro predicted that this is what was gonna happen, some bullshit like that. But no, I do definitely think that it was Shion who inherits the demon and Mion who did not.
Alright, well...
Because Mion does her cold stuff, but that's really just her putting on an act.
Yeah.
Some would even say the act man. the YouTuber?
Yeah, I know.
He hates Halo.
Yeah, I know. Just like me.
I know. It's so sad because he loves Halo so much.
Rest in peace, Halo Master Chief.
Rest in peace, Master Queef.
Anyway, until next time.
Until next time, I'm gonna make out with Shion.
I got Mion.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah.
Welcome to a suicidal episode of Higurashi.
I'm gonna kill other people, not myself, though.
He's gonna kill me. No?
Not today.
It wasn't my fault today.
Well, how am I supposed to get mad at you for?
I know. I feel
breaking
bad.
your fucking condenser microphone, you absolute moron. How'd you manage to do that?
So, my microphone, which was working yesterday, stopped working today. So, we're on Cameron's microphone, my roommate, and Tyler's brother.
And my brother. Wow. Crazy how that works out.
And I was like, oh, let me go ahead and put the warranty claim in. Yeah,
They're not open on Sunday. Oh, it's Sunday, by the way. Instead
Yeah.
of the Wednesday we've been doing for the past, this
year.
Meakashi year. Almost year. It has been almost, it's been a fucking year.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, let me call them, not open on Sunday. I'm like, oh, let me put in a support email so I can get my product as fast as I can. Oh, multi-million-dollar company owned by HB. No email service, by the way.
By the way.
I'm just like, man, fucking call me Tomatake Flash.
Because
I'm about to claw my throat out, man.
Claw your throat out?
Like, holy shit, dude. Fuck!
Well, we didn't start that late. Oh, yeah.
We started 2
got
hours
happy
behind.
times now, by the way.
Fuck you. Let me be angry. I'm Shion this game, right?
You're Shion.
Okay. Can I like do this? Do you think
You
this
can
is
do
gonna-
whatever you want with it.
Can I just do one of these? Is that gonna like fuck everything up? Do you have lines?
No, I place it in the perfect acoustical spot that now you fucked everything up. Now it sounds like
Did you?
trash. No!
I don't know, Tyler. It's been a
Yeah, bro,
frustrating day.
I fucking mapped out the acoustics of this room, so I knew exactly where to put the microphone.
You know he's
This
right.
is an amphitheater. This is my amphitheater. I have control here. God damn it!
I forgot to turn the lights off, man. Fuck. I'm already sweating.
Oh, you gotta take off my
It's gonna be a session today, man. It's about to be a mauling Higurashi.
All I needed to do was bring a couple of Red Bulls. Then we could have had a great time.
Someone would have said an ethnic slur by the end of this fucking
Don't worry,
session,
we
man.
have an edit button. It's just, permanently on your hard drive.
You know, these episodes are actually 5 hours. It's just we cut them down, or Tyler cuts them down to like an hour or
It
two,
should be
'cause he
you.
cuts.
For real. But it's me because I'm nice.
I don't know how to edit.
And you don't know how to edit. He doesn't know how to click and press S and then delete.
Okay, but you put like some fun stuff in there. I'm retarded, man.
Yeah, you think of something funny. Yeah, you think of something funny, like, how do I do that? You Google it and then you do it.
I can edit. I can edit in Lightworks.
It's
kinda.
literally just time.
Do you want me to edit? I can edit the next series. I can edit to Higurashi.
In 8 months. Yeah.
Alright, let's get this shit started, man. I'm Shion, right?
Yeah.
Kei-chan, I was having such a happy dream. Satoshi-kun was in the dream. He was leading his normal, everyday life. You know, this used to be like cringe.
Is it Shion's voice?
No,
Or
just like
Shion?
recording.
Recorded? Oh yeah, no, this is
But
what we
like,
do.
but like after Onikakushi, I'm like, damn, this is like fun.
Yeah. It's gonna be great comparing, Onikakushi to the rest of the fucking recording.
I'm gonna love comparing the audio quality in Onikakushi to Watanagashi.
Oh man.
And then
If I
Watanagashi to Tadagoroshi.
If I could visualize my rage for the audio quality of Onikakushi, I would do it, but I can't.
Oh.
It is better now, but we're still streaming, so it's still
True.
So I still have to edit out fucking us walking away while still recording. So it's like, and then we walk away in the middle of a fucking chapter. It's like, God, I thought this was where we are going to stop. I thought I only had 15 minutes left. No! There's another 2 hours left in this video!
Tyler's going through editing cock and ball torture, man.
It's actually happened more often than it should have. I'll see a gap, it's like, oh, good, that's where I need to stop. And then I get to the gap, it's like, oh no, we just got off the piss and get more water because we're stupid. I hate you. It's all your fault.
It's true. He's right. You know, when he's right, man. He was back on the baseball team. Irie and I acted normally around him because we knew that's how mature people should act. We welcomed him back, as if he had been here the whole time.
That's what our little recaps after I upload everything should be. It's just me screaming, raging about how annoying it is to edit these videos.
I'm telling you, if you really want to, we can alternate games.
No, it's fine. Like, the reason I would want you to do it is so that you're the one that's going through it again.
Yeah, and like experience it. Well, that's why I watch your beautiful edits, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I watch your
You
really
can start watching
with
Hinamizawa now. I just need to edit the fucking last video.
Okay, I'm gonna do that next week when I work. I close like every single day, so.
I worked full time during Thanksgiving week. Fuck me, I guess.
You're so handsome. Although he hits well in practice sessions, he still doesn't do well in a real game. I'm not gonna lie, I almost reached out to tap it because I thought it'd been muted the whole time because I'm so used to mine.
Nope, it's a big green light.
It's fucked up, not...
Like, having this thing here?
Yeah.
Where I can just move my leg without worrying about
freedom.
fucking up the audio? Yeah, it's great.
Come on, Satoshi-kun. 3 strikes already. I'm cheering for you. Then Satoshi-kun pouted as he mumbled. I can't believe he mains Pyro, man. I felt tears pouring down my face. Could you imagine just for the rest of this recording, you just voice... It's Satoshi-kun. Just every fucking line. Oh, sniffle, sniffle. Satoshi-kun, Satoshi-kun, oh.
Oh yeah, last time. You remember what happened last time?
Yeah, Shion got cock and ball tortured. And by that I mean Shion cock and ball tortured everyone else in the game. The happy dream faded away with my sobs. The harder I tried to focus on it, the faster it faded. Soon, it was all gone.
Conor just uses cock and ball torture whenever he doesn't know what to actually say, so he says, oh yeah, that happened last time, by the way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Shion killed Audio with the stun gun. She went boop. And then she, like, ripped her flesh off with the meat whip. And then she stun gunned Mion and put her in jail.
Oh, we're gonna have some fun
and
tonight.
She's now
I know what we're going to get to today!
Yeah.
Oh,
she's canonically pretending to be Mion right now.
Looking forward to today.
I could see the bright morning sun through a crack in the curtains. I was in Mion's room at the Sonozaki house. When did I come back? I was crouching in the corner of the room and crying. A dream is a dream. I wished I hadn't woken up. But one must wake up from a dream. We live in a world where there are no dreams, and that's why we always wake up. But I wasn't sure if I was the only one dreaming that dream, because I felt like Satoshi-kun was right beside me. Satoshi-kun, did you come back? There was no reply. That was the rule. If it was Satoshi-kun, I'd wish it'd just smile at me once, but Satoshi-kun's presence faded away, as if he were never there to begin with. I heard the phone ring by the front door. Ah, that's right. I was the only one in the house now. I had to answer it. I got up to walk to the front door. I felt unsteady, so I put my hand on the wall to support myself. I had hardly gotten any sleep. It was like I had a bad cold. The phone continued to ring. I probably didn't have to answer it, actually. But I was still half asleep, and all I could think of was answering the phone. Do you think I could do a Shion Mion impression?
Shion doing a Mion impression?
Yeah.
I want to see you try.
Oh, hold on. Because Mion is down here. And then you put a... Well, because Mion is all the way down here. And they're both different spots of where you speak. Hold on. I want to do it at least for this line. Kei-san. Kei-san. No, because it goes higher pitch when I do that. You gotta pitch down a little bit. Kei-san. Oh, Kei-san. Yes. Hello, Kei-san. That's still too Shion. Oh, fuck.
I don't know. I
don't think I can do it. I
can't do it.
Dead ass don't know. Because Mion, can I do a Mion doing Shion? Kei-chan.
Do you think I could do it?
Mion, it's me, Shion, Kei-chan.
Do you think I could do an Oishi doing an EDA?
No fucking shot, dude. No way. Literally no fucking way. That's actually impossible. That's actually impossible. Me going, do you think I could do my normal voice in Sadako? Like, no, man. Like, what's wrong with you? Hello, Stonozaki residents.
Okay.
Holy shit.
I think I'm Kimiyoshi?
Yeah, you're Kimiyoshi.
What did I do
The
for
first time in a
Have
decade.
I have probably
It's-
tangentially
dude.
voiced them.
Yeah, Kimiyoshi is like different every fucking time.
I'm looking at my notes. I don't need to.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's me. Sorry to call you so early. It's Kimiyoshi. Is your grandma still sleeping?
permanently. This was Uncle Kimiyoshi.
I do that really good.
you put a bit of like England on it. I think you're a little British. You're just a little British. It was Uncle Kimiyoshi. She is, yes. I guess she's still tired from yesterday. I think I'll let her sleep in.
I'm trying to do. Oh, I don't remember how to do an old voice.
Old man.
Do an old man. Without
Old
just
man. You could bust out.
I'm not a. He's not a crow. Not like the.
Not audio?
Not like audio. It's not a fucking crow. Yeah. I don't know how to do an old voice. I don't know. Yeah, you probably should, Mion-chan. You're going to school, right? I can leave a message. Can I leave a message with you?
Sure. What is it?
Let's see. There will be an emergency meeting regarding the incident from yesterday. It'll be at the Shrine's Assembly Hall starting at 5 p.m. Did you get that?
Yes. I'll give her the message. As soon as I put the phone down, it rang again. Hello, Sonozaki residents.
Good morning. Fuck. Now that I did Kimiyoshi in like Simi Kasai, I just gotta fucking.
Now you have to be Kasai. Oh, the jungle music's back.
Jungle music. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Sorry to call so early. This is Kasai. Fuck. I'm not doing it right, but it doesn't matter. This is Kasai. Is this Mion-san? Good morning.
Can you write and tell Money, I love you, but my microphone literally broke, so we can't play tonight. Kasai-san. Good morning.
You literally asked me to do that.
I know, but I was saying you can fucking read and then go back to it.
Is Shion still there? Doing this voice so wrong.
Because I have to read the majority, so I'm saying you can just... I wasn't panicked, but I hesitated. I could tell him no, or I could play both Mion and Shion. Shion was washing her face just now. I'll get her for you. I decided to play two parts. I went back and forth down the hallway. Can you put literally can't play? And picked up the phone again. Kasai? Morning. I'll trade back.
This sucks.
It's gonna work.
It's higher up. It's higher up, and it's just low. It's a higher up, but just calm. Good morning, Shion-san. So wrong. Are you going to school today? Are you going to school today?
Of course not. I feel miserable.
I kind of expected that. By the way, how are you getting back to Okinomiya? I can have someone come and pick you up.
I think I can get a ride from Uncle Kimiyoshi or somebody else. Don't worry, I'll figure something out.
Your father told me to make sure you go to school often enough. I'd appreciate your cooperation.
I'll go when I feel like it. By the way, Kasai, did you hear?
What about?
You know, the incident from last night.
Yes, I have. Truly horrifying.
All the past victims were war criminals from the dam conflict, right? But it's different this year. What do you think about that?
I don't really know.
Kasai wasn't the type to talk too much. If it was about something complicated, he usually responded like that. Do you know why those fell under the curse of Oyashiro-sama?
There's two.
My bad.
No.
I heard this last night. Supposedly, they snuck into the ritual storehouse during the festival. They used a metal wire or something to unlock the door. Kasai went silent for a while. I held my breath while waiting to see how he'd respond. I expected him to say he just couldn't believe those people were chosen as victims just for sneaking into the storehouse. I expected him to say that it was just too unrealistic.
I see. That was stupid of them.
Since Tomatake Flash was an outsider, I bet he didn't know. I went along with Kasai, but I felt disturbed on the inside. Kasai didn't wonder why breaking into the ritual storehouse would justify their deaths. I'd known Kasai for a long time, which is why I knew there was a heavy meaning to what he said. By the way, Kasai, actually, I did it too.
Did you did you go in?
Yeah.
You went into the ritual storehouse, Shion-san?
Yeah. Takano-san invited me. Takano-san, Tomatake Flash, and... Remember Keiichi, who just moved here recently? Him and me, to make 4 of us. I heard Kasai sighing heavily. Even though he didn't say a word, I could tell he was shocked. I'd never known him to act this way before.
Shion-san, don't you remember what happened last year? How do you think you can take care of this?
Last year, it was 3 nails. So maybe 5 this year? Sorry. I wasn't trying to make light of the situation. I knew I shouldn't have done it. I regret it at least a little. But is it really that terrible of a thing to do?
You are related to the Sonosaki main family. Do you really think people would understand?
But I've been living in Okinomiya all my life. Since the hag hated me, I'd barely been to Hinamizawa. Besides, I was stuck at school. How would I know about any of that? I heard another sigh from Kasai. That sigh told me my excuse would be useless.
Shion-san, I am your ally. I want to support you as much as I can, but there are dangers even I can't protect you from. Besides, Shion.
Sorry. Sis is here. I've got to go. See ya. Click. I interrupted Kasai and hung up. I didn't want to hear it. I didn't want to hear Kasai reject me. He who had been my ally all my life. Shit. Damn it. I could hear the sound of the cicadas. The sound made it feel like I was being cooked on a huge frying pan, making a sizzling noise. I couldn't help feeling remorseful. Now I knew that sneaking to the ritual storehouse wasn't a laughing matter, but I really didn't know it at the time. Sure, the door was locked, so they didn't want anyone to go in. Then why did they change the lock? What did they say? I think it was that Rika-chama said the previous lock was too heavy for her, so she had it changed to that cheap one. That was how Takano-san broke in. If the heavy lock was still there, this wouldn't have happened. Classic Shion, it's everyone else's fault. I slapped my own forehead. Then I took a deep breath. I had to calm down. What was the point of fussing now? I'd already passed the point of no return. There was no use thinking otherwise. The hag was already dead. Even if she wasn't, she was now at the bottom of the well. Therefore, it was already past the point where I could just cut my fingers off an apology. I felt so unstable. I'd walked on the fence around the swings at the park before, as if I was walking a tightrope. It was fun because even if I fell, it was only a short distance. But it wouldn't have been fun if I were up really high. At that very moment, I was in fact already on a tightrope that was a lot higher than the fence at the park. As soon as I took a step, the rope behind me would vanish.
My fault. Oops.
Yeah. I couldn't step back because there was nothing behind me. That was, in short, the current situation I found myself in. Just standing in one spot was all I could do. Even if I never took another step, I'd fall if I wasn't careful. If I forced myself to walk, the danger would only increase. But if I didn't move, I would fall eventually. I couldn't see what was ahead of me. There was no guarantee that I'd ever find firm ground. But if I stopped, there was only one fate waiting for me. I have to move onward. If staying here guaranteed death, then I'd rather try to walk, even if I die as a result. Even if there was a dead end ahead of me, at least I tried my hardest. In general, I try to be optimistic. I could accept my life not lasting particularly long, but I wouldn't go that easy. I'd struggle as much as possible. I'd already killed the hag. For that, there could be no other punishment than death. I knew my life would end soon. In other words, I was actually already dead. A dead person has nothing to lose. That means I can only go on the offensive. I clenched my fists tightly as I muttered. Even if I had to die, I couldn't die easily. This was my chance to avenge Satoshi-kun. Who did it? For what purpose? And why? I was going to investigate. I was going to question. I was going to expose. Yes, I was going to settle the score. So she, gaslight gatekeep girl boss Keiji in, the end of the game, right? Taking him into the Sonozaki dungeon house?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why?
Why indeed?
Is it because he's not Satoshi? That's my lighter that I like, Yeah, cigar lighter.
I don't know what that means.
What's a cigar lighter?
I know cigar
when you
lighter.
push the button down, and it goes.
Yeah. Why?
I'm burning you.
You're... He's just burning me.
I'm lighting you on fire. Yeah.
Why? You know,
it felt right.
This parallels perfectly with Shion. You truly are Shion in this very moment.
I wouldn't do that, man. I'd carry out the
fucking
plan.
Psychopath.
What?
You're a fucking psychopath.
I could burn your wings. Give you a little blackened weenus. So then
you wanna make up, you're making, I don't want to say it. I hate that joke already. I don't want to, I just don't want to say it.
I love putting you in a position where the only thing you can say is bad. That's one of my favorite things to do.
This man's trying to give me a big black weenus. Is that what you like, Connor?
BBW?
BBW?
Big black weenus? What do you mean that stands for something else? Big bitch woman.
Jesus.
I'd carry out the plan I came up with yesterday. I could hide the hag's death somehow. All I'd have to do is say that she hadn't been feeling well since the Watanagashi. I could do it all while pretending to be Mion. Just in case her friends at school became suspicious, maybe I'd start telling them I hadn't been feeling well either. In fact, I did feel groggy from my lack of sleep. When I became Mion, Shion would automatically disappear. I already told Kasai that I snuck into the shrine storage, so he'd probably end up telling people that I was demoned away, due to the curse of Oyashiro-sama. The last person I'd have to think about was the fourth one who snuck into the ritual storehouse, Keiichi Maebara. Maybe I can use him as bait to lure out the enemy. Sorry, Kei-chan, you're going to be my bait. Isn't he bait in every game? Is that his, like, character narrative job? Like, Keiichi's canon character narrative job is be bait for everyone. That's like his canon job. It's incredible.
He's with Tanagashi. He's everybody's waiting with Tanagashi.
That's what I'm like, Kei-chan, man. I felt a little bad since I was starting to like him. With all that figured out, let's go to school. I'd gone to school as Mion before, so I knew how things worked. It was almost time to leave the house.
Me-chan, you're late.
Holy shit, Rin is in this game. Ha ha. You waited? You should have just gone ahead.
It's Keiichi Maebara.
I hate his sprite so much, man. I hate his stupid, smug cat face in every single sprite he's in.
I love him. I love Keiichi.
Gamer, hey Mion, your face is red. You're breathing heavily too.
Me-chan, are you not feeling well?
Rina put her hand on my forehead. Rina, your hand is pretty cold.
Me-chan, you're a little bit warm.
It's no big deal. Give it half a day and I'll be as fit as a fiddle. Are you really okay? You don't have to push yourself, you know.
How's it feel to not be POV voicing Keiichi?
POV Keiichi, like, it feels wrong. Watching Keiichi's...
Non-POV Keiichi, but we're seeing Keiichi in your voice. You can see the voice... you can see what your voice is coming out of.
You know what Ryukishi did a really good job with? Drawing Keiichi in a way that it literally one-to-one is how he's feeling. Because I know, like, they talk about a lot, like, Keiichi puts everything he feels on his face, but, like, look at this, man.
Everything he's thinking.
Uh-huh. What's this? Kei-chan, are you worried about me? That's nice of you. I'd always thought he was a goofball, so I was a little surprised. I thought they would tease me, but they didn't.
I just think you shouldn't push yourself so hard. We can tell the teacher you had to take the day off.
I'm fine. I took some medicine. I think it's already working. Okay then, let's go. Don't overdo it, but of course there's the time.
What? We need to run or we won't make it. Make it.
This morning got pretty thrilling. Maybe it's just what I need to shake off this sluggishness. Let's run.
You were going off so hard about this is not Mion. This is not Mion this entire time. By the way, back in Tanagashi, it was,
and I was right, man.
You were right,
and I was right.
You were fucking dead on,
and I was canonically fucking correct, man. President, if. Oh my god. No.
Oh my what?
Oh, it's Chie.
It's Chie.
Oh, I forgot how to voice Chie.
Chie.
Hello, it's me, Chie. That's right. Oh my goodness gracious, President, if you would.
Yeah? you can yourself do a little giggle there, huh? You okay there, buddy?
I didn't mean to do it like that, man. I didn't mean for it to sound like that. It just kind of came out.
Okay. Sounds good with me.
I've told you this tangent before, right?
What's that?
How, like, sometimes I do things without recognizing what I've done until after I've done them.
Sure.
Have I not told you about that?
Sure. Maybe.
Am I schizophrenic, man?
I don't know. You've told me so many times, so many different things, 15 different times. I don't know how am I supposed to.
No.
How am I supposed to keep track?
No, you'll notice that like sometimes I'll like tell a joke and pause and then laugh like 5 seconds after the joke, and that's because it like response came out. Mm-hmm. Like I didn't think about what happened. It just I had something preloaded at some point and it boop and like I didn't even recognize what I had said, so then I I relapse. I think it's funny.
No, you know
And,
I
like-
do the exact opposite. I'll think of something, and I'll just start, and then I'll say it, and then I'll laugh even harder. I've done this. We've
I
been
know. Oh, I
every
know.
single fucking time I have a joke. I'm like, hey Connor, on Discord. Hey Connor.
We're fucking retarded, man. Everybody stand up. At attention. I made the same mistake as before. I never learn, do I?
Do you think Mi-chan is doing okay? She doesn't look good.
Yeah, I forgot that I was in this game. Oh, really? How unfortunate.
You could have remembered she's in this game after.
Oh,
after
no.
the game ends.
It was a good idea to make them believe I was sick. Even if I did things differently from Mion, I had an excuse. Hey guys, it's me, Kei-chan. Well, you know, girls have those days when they don't feel well. You know,
I don't have those days.
a red October.
What? The fuck?
I was thinking of the movie. You know, Hunt for like Red October, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I was thinking of a period joke, and it just, you know,
It was very Nippon Star. Wasn't very good.
It was not very good, no. Mion's friends kept each other occupied and left me alone.
Don't worry, I can cut it for you, buddy.
Thanks, Fal. Is this the brown
Wait,
note?
wait. Is this the brown note? Just leave it. It's with the music. Mayabara. What does it tell you? That in Shion's mind, the minute she starts thinking of Keiichi,
She pulls out the fucking brown note, man. Like, I was just sitting here. I was sitting here, and like my asshole quivered, and I heard the like reverb in my ears. And I was like, is there like a lawnmower outside? And I was like, it's not Wednesday. And I'm like, is this in my ears? And I'm like, I'm getting brown noted right now, man. Throwback to Oni Kikuchi.
Long.
call that little throwback Thursday, you know?
Oh my goodness.
Keiichi Mayabara. He might suddenly disappear one day. I couldn't let that happen. That would be like letting a fish take the bait and swim away while I was fast asleep with a fishing pole in my hands. I couldn't miss the moment the enemy took a bite out of Keiichi. I had to be very careful. But it was impossible to keep my eyes on him 24 hours a day. Spying on him at school like this wasn't good enough. Should I have him meet with Shion and let her explain that he's in danger? Maybe we could set up a strategy together. I didn't think Keiichi realized how serious a crime it was to step into the ritual storehouse. I hadn't either, after all. Since last year, all the incidents that had related to the curse had probably been investigated in secret. People involved with the three families would know about the incident from last night, but Keiichi shouldn't know anything. If he knew where he stood now, he'd be more cautious too. That should make him aware of his surroundings, and maybe he would notice if anything odd took place. The teacher caught him sleeping, so she ordered him to go wash his face. He walked out into the hallway. I was sleepy too. I had to be alert, but I couldn't clear my mind due to my lack of sleep. Maybe if I would have slept better last night, I would be in better condition today. But I don't think I slept very well. I decided to go home early, since I'd been pretending to be sick since this morning when my sleep of my request was approved. He said the word sleep like 96 times so far this chapter. This is a Control F sleep moment, and you have like 1.3k results. He said it so many fucking times. As I exited the building, I saw Keiichi washing his face. It's just the bullet train joke, but with sleep. I thought you'd be out here. It feels better outside, huh? Mion. No cutting class now. It looked like it felt refreshing for him to wash his face with cold water. I washed my face, too, but it didn't feel as good as it looked. Gah! Why does his eyes open like that, man? Mion. Mion, how's your cold doing? You're sleepy because of the medicine, not from the lack of sleep, yeah? Actually, this is a secret, but after the festival wrapped up yesterday, I got wrapped up in the party my relatives were having. And well, I had a bit. Gulp. I pretended to drink with an invisible glass. Are you hungover? How old are you? Keiichi exaggerated his reaction, but he still seemed worried. Okay, later. I'm going back. Be careful on your way home. Don't wobble into a sewer or a brook, got it? Shout out to BestPancake Brook. Big ups. 2 thumbs up, buddy. Keiichi turned around to go back to the classroom. Oh, one more thing, Kei-chan. I stopped Keiichi. He, in response, turned around. What's up? This may sound weird, but don't think too hard about it. Well, depends on what it is. Last night, near the end of the festival, did you see Tomatake Flash or Takano-san anywhere? Boo! I noticed Keiichi's body tense up. His reaction proved that he felt guilty about sneaking into the ritual storehouse. He was frightened that Mion Sonozaki might know about it. I guess this was enough to give him a certain impression of Mion Sonozaki. You know Tomatake Flash and Takano-san, don't you? You remember, Kei-chan, when the 4 of you were talking during setup the day before. I could clearly see how dismayed Keiichi felt. He was trying to come up with an excuse. That's the Satoshi face. I can't remember. I might have seen them, or not. He was both a bad liar and a bad actor. He wasn't really that intelligent at all. Well, that would make him a suitable friend for Mion. He was just a brat, unlike Satoshi-kun. Although, when it came to lying and acting, Satoshi-kun was about at the same level. Maybe Keiichi should be credited for at least trying to tell a lie. Satoshi-kun wouldn't have even said a thing. I didn't need to be thinking about him right now. I see. Then one more question. On the same night, did you see Shion? This was a very mean question. Keiichi was perplexed, as I expected. Didn't you ask me that yesterday? I think I told you that I wasn't sure if I had or not. I'd asked him that yesterday? He must have meant that Mion Sonozaki asked him that question. In other words, she asked him that after he left the storehouse and got back together with his friends. Damn you, Mion. When I asked her, she said she had no idea we went into the ritual storehouse. Shit. Did you? Fuck. I guess I just thought I'd get a different answer if I asked you again. Why are you so intent on knowing if I did or not? He was getting defensive. Keiichi couldn't hide his panic as he flared up at me. It's not important. It's just that there are some people who are speaking poorly of Tomatake Flash, Takano-san, Shion, and you, Kei-chan. I didn't really hear what they were saying, though. Keiichi was really perplexed now. This wasn't fun at all, but it could still be an interesting game. I don't believe that you were doing something bad. I just wanted to ask a bit about it, so I did. Sorry for making you feel uncomfortable, okay? I made sure that Keiichi felt a sense of crisis, then left.
Nobody can tell us apart. We're Mion and Shion, perfect twins. Notebook page 186. I made sure you felt a sense of crisis. And then left.
Shion is the equivalent of walks in, causes immense mental distress, walks out, refuses to elaborate. Shion is the type of motherfucker to find out you're diagnosed with, like, schizophrenia and look you dead in the eyes and just start spouting numbers at you. And then pretend she said nothing and walk away.
What a fucking line.
When I returned to the Sonozaki house, I saw a woman with an apron on. It was a housekeeper. Her name was Shimiko-san. The hag had a few housekeepers who took care of the chores around the house. Man. Ah, Mion-chan! Idiot?
Is that your EDA?
I like said that and I felt racist. And I don't know like what I did, man.
What?
That just came out.
Why?
And I don't know. I stopped because I was like, this feels racist. I don't know what I did. Ah. I don't like that.
Okay.
Ah, Mion-chan. No, I don't like that. That sounds weird.
Why?
It comes out weird. I don't like it.
I don't get it.
I don't either. It just feels wrong. Ah. Every time I do the ah, I just think of the lucky toes I see. And it's the fucking social credit, like stereotypical Chinese fucking emoji. iPhoney has rotted my brain, man.
Yeah, a little bit, possibly.
Just read this line. I can't, man.
Mion-chan, I'm glad you're here.
Hey, Shimiko-san, can I help you? Today was her turn to come help out at the house. She'd arrived, but the gate was locked and she couldn't get in. She called, but there was no answer, so she had just been standing there, not knowing what to do. Something must have happened to Granny at the festival. She's been in an evil mood ever since last night.
I see.
Shimiko-san tried to remember if she'd done something wrong. She isn't ignoring you, she's just sleeping. She was up until very late, so I bet she can't wake up yet. You know how she is, right? Once she gets into this mood, it'll take a long time for her to be happy again.
Yes, that's too bad.
I think it might be better that you don't show up for a while. Even if you don't mean to upset her, Granny might take it the wrong way. Just let me take care of it.
I see. Are you sure? I'm very grateful, though.
Sorry to make you do this, but could you let the other housekeepers know that they don't need to come for a while either? When Granny feels better, I'll give you a call. So let's just leave her alone for now. Shimiko-san bowed, then left on her bicycle. Anyone who had ever experienced Granny's wrath would understand. I headed into Mion's room, set her alarm clock for 2 p.m., and crawled into her bed. I needed to recover quickly. I had to be sharp, calm, and cool-headed. School should be out by 2 p.m. Maybe I'll get in touch with Keiichi. I'd have to call him. There would also be a staff meeting in the Furude Shrine Assembly Hall in the evening. All the leaders of the 3 families, their relatives, and the town council members would gather at this meeting. They were all authority figures in Hinamizawa. I'd be attendee in place of the hag who was sick. I'd worry about the rest when I got there. People shouldn't notice that Mion and the hag were missing for a long time. I didn't need to worry as I had plenty of time. I checked the alarm once more, then fell asleep as if someone switched me off. Shion be like, I'm not schizophrenic, and then crawls into Mion's bed, puts on her clothing, sets her alarm clock, and pretends to be Mion.
Mm-hmm.
That's normal.
Very.
Gorp. Hello. Ah, this is...
We just
Oh,
talked about
yeah. Hello. Ah, this is Sonozaki. Well, the younger one. Hello. Do you have time to talk right now? Shion, I thought you'd be sleeping in today with a hangover, same as Mion. What? My sis had a hangover. That's so like her. Ruin her image. Keiichi had no idea that the Mion he saw earlier was actually me. He didn't notice when we talked in person, so there's no way he would notice on the phone.
Stupid Keiichi. Can't
I
tell
knew-
the twins apart.
He can't tell the women apart. They all look the same. Green.
Green.
I never knew that playing 2 roles would be so much fun. To feel such enjoyment in this game of life or death. Maybe I was getting used to this situation. Or maybe my senses had gone numb. Whoops. Sorry. My parents are waiting for an important call, so I can't talk for too long. What do you need? There's something I wanted to talk about, but if we can't talk long, I guess that's that. Then how about we meet in person? If you could show me where the library is, that would be great. You mean the public library near the station? Yeah, that's fine. I go past there on my way to work anyway.
Hey, you didn't say anyways.
Ah!
For once.
I'm impressed. Good job, man.
Yeah.
We decided to meet Nokinomiya. It wasn't easy to get him there from It wasn't easy to get there from Hinamizawa, but I had to hurry. I couldn't run into Keiichi as he was heading there himself. I recalled that the key to the hag's motorcycle was in her secret drawer. The hag usually got driven around for public events, but when she had her own errands, she rode her motorcycle. Keiichi, I assumed, was going to ride his bicycle. I tried to get to Okinomiya before he did. Keiichi arrived quite a bit later than me. Motorcycles are faster after all.
Astute observation, Shion. Thank you very much.
There were hardly any traffic lights to worry about on the way here either. I fucking hate Master Chief Keiichi so much, man. Wow, Mia never keeps her appointments. I mean, honestly. Fuck. Making my sister the standard for everything will get you in trouble. You're a little unsteady. You were drinking last night too, weren't you? Don't try to hide it. You definitely went home from school early. Oh, too bad. I've been at home all day from the beginning. I'm smarter than my sis after all. Hey now, I don't think you can call playing hooky smarter. You should finish your errands first. We don't have that much time. We're going to the library, right? Yeah, thanks. My mom had to return some books by today. Is the library far? No, it's right nearby. I meant it when I said we don't have much time. I had to hurry a little. I was just going to talk to him on the phone, but I ended up coming all the way up to Okinomiya. After our talk, Keiichi would slowly head back to Hinamizawa on his bicycle. I'd have to rush back there while making sure I didn't run into him. Otherwise, I couldn't make it on time for the meeting. Maybe I could be a little late, but since I needed to hear everything that they were going to discuss, I didn't want to be. This was the Shishibone Public Library. It was sizable, filled with a collection of moldy, smelly books. But they did have air conditioning, and it was quiet. It was the perfect place for when you wanted to be alone. After Satoshi-kun disappeared last year, I came here a lot to think about various things. This is where I first met Takano-san. I didn't want to run into her with Keiichi in tow, but then I remembered that she was already dead. And then she runs into her. The first floor of the building was occupied by government offices. The library itself was on the second floor, so we had to walk up a huge staircase to get there. I tasted cold air on my skin as soon as I walked through the automated door.
Parson.
Unlike outside, it was very quiet in here. The room temperature was both comfortable and suitable for books. I could smell the scent of old pages. All the libraries smell the same. Thanks, Keiichi. Keiichi walked up to the return table after he said so. Because it was a weekday, there was hardly anyone around. It was really quiet. I was going to chat about some ordinary things, and then move on to the main subject. After Keiichi returned the books, I invited him into the inner section of the library.
Stop yawning.
I'm sorry.
Stop it. It's not okay.
When I'm tired and I talk, I yawn a lot. Keiichi knew me on well, but he didn't know me at all. He showed an interest in our life story. This was exactly where Takano-san told me about the true history of Hinamizawa a year ago. I was about to tell Keiichi about things that were very similar to that. Did God have a sense of irony?
Yes. He's God. He's Ryukishi.
Now that you mention it, that toy store looked like it was managed by relatives as well. Does that mean they operate Angel Mort too? I told him the reason why the Sonozaki family was so powerful in this area. I assumed that since Keiichi came from the city, there was a good chance he couldn't even begin to understand how one family could literally control an entire area.
One old family.
One old family could control an entire area. Unless I explained to him how powerful the Sonozaki family was, he wouldn't understand what kind of danger was barreling towards him.
Do you like how that entire, 30 minutes was just summed up?
Like that?
Like that?
The problem is that I learned when I get really invested in reading, I skip a lot of words because I don't need them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like when you're reading, the sun was very hot today. You can just kind of read sun very hot today.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's really hard for me to stop and remember to say every word because I'm like reading it aloud. It's a struggle, you know, my life is really hard.
Yeah, so hard.
Higurashi's the hardest thing I do.
It's the most difficult thing in your life.
It is, honestly. It's worse than my classes. The family is particularly strong in finances and real estate. Even a lot of members of the Chamber of Commerce and Industry either have the last name Sonozaki or are their relatives. There are Sonozakis in the city council and the prefectural assembly too, since they have the Okinomiya area giving them strong electoral support. Wait a minute. This is all escalating pretty quickly.
Okay.
Okinomiya and they're especially strong in Okinomiya. What? Oh, I missed a line. Wait a minute. This is all escalating pretty quickly. Your relatives operate shops in downtown Okinomiya, and they're especially strong in finance and real estate. On top of that, a lot of people in the Chamber of Commerce and Industry are relatives, and there are even some elected to local office. Keiichi counted with his fingers. He was clearly surprised to hear all that about the Sonozaki family. It seemed he was flexible enough to accept even something that sounded outrageous to him. He was starting to understand things, although slowly. The way he viewed Shion Sonozaki was changing little by little too. That should be enough background information. Now I could go on to explain about Mion Sonozaki, the successor. Then I'd change the subject, like Takano-san did with me. I'd go on to talk about the curse of Oyashiro-sama, and then the series of mysterious deaths. So then, the Sonozaki family, it's pretty famous in this area.
I love him. That's crazy, isn't it?
A fat man with a cigarette suddenly cut into our conversation. Oishi? Why was he here?
Domo, good afternoon. Are you on a date today? What I would give to be young again.
I love Oishi. If you thought we were on a date, then why are you bothering us, Oishi-san? What timing? It couldn't be coincidence. I knew this man too well. He was crafty, sly, and clever. His presence here just can't be a coincidence. Did he see us somewhere in town and follow us? But why? Did he need something from me, Keiichi, or perhaps the both of us? From what I could guess, I didn't think it was me that he wanted something from. It was almost like he was trying to keep Keiichi away from me. Oishi was aware I gave false testimony to protect Satoshi-kun last year. Maybe he didn't think he could talk to Keiichi if I was around. Why did Oishi need to talk to Keiichi? It must be about the incident from yesterday. I'm sure there were plenty of plaincloth officers at the festival. Plainclothes officers at the festival, so they had seen who was with the last victims. In other words, Keiichi and me. But Oishi knew I was hard to deal with, so that's why he was focusing on Keiichi at present. Why did he have to show up at a time like this?
Moriyabara-san, right? You're one tough guy, toe-timing the Sonozaki sisters, are you?
No, I'm not two-timing anyone. Keiichi looked at me, hoping for assistance. He blushed. The way he panicked reminded me of Satoshi-kun. That aside, this wasn't going well. Oishi might even start talking about my relationship with Satoshi-kun. I didn't want him to, nor did I want Keiichi to have any preconceptions. Oishi took a quick glance at me. His eyes told me something. He was purposefully talking about the things I'd rather not talk about. He was basically telling me to leave or he'd continue on to something that was worse than what they were currently talking about. He didn't use words, but his eyes clearly communicated that anyway. Damn that big fat weasel. I'm sorry, Kei-chan. I really do need to get to my job. Huh? Oh, you do? I realized that I wouldn't achieve anything like this, even if I stayed longer, so I used my part-time job as an excuse to leave. Oishi looked at me and grinned. Damn it. He won today, but I'll win next time.
I love Oishi.
I do too, man. Wait, didn't you have something to talk about today, Shion? Yep, I'll see you later. Oh, I'll give you a call after I'm done. It'll be okay to call at night, right? Yeah, probably okay. Then I'll talk to you later tonight. Bye.
There you go.
Oishi's so based.
I fucking love Oishi.
He's
Such a fucking...
so good,
I love
man.
I love how the sprite actually changed to
He's so
communicate
good.
shit.